Hello, how you all doing? Hope you're well. Beautiful sunny day today. Got my shades on. I'm in my garden with my cat. You want to say hello to my cat? Say hello. Hello. He's a cute cat, isn't he? We're thinking about the sun at the moment and plants. I'm with my tomato plants here. They're scratching on my head. And we're thinking about beans this week. This is the book of the week, A Bean's Life. Did you know that all the energy that we have comes from our food that we eat? And the energy that has comes from the sun. So without the sun, there'd be no food. A Bean's Life by Nancy Dickman. And it's a non-fiction book. It's an information book. It's got a contents page and an index and a glossary. Life cycles. All living things have a life cycle. A bean has a life cycle. A bean is a seed. It grows into a new bean plant. The bean plant grows beans. Later, it will die. Some plants, like some trees, can live for hundreds of years. But a lot of flowering plants just run for one cycle, 1 year. Seeds and shoots. A bean grows in the ground. Roots grow down from the seed into the ground. This is called a taproot. This is the first root. Then you get lots of other roots coming off here. A shoot grows from the bean. So once the roots are established, the energy that the plant draws from the water in the soil pushes this shoot up towards the sun. To make it start growing, it needs the energy from the sun to shine on the leaves, and that makes more food for the plant, turning this shoot into a big stem with branches coming off, with leaves coming off those. Leaves grow from the shoot. Becoming a bean plant. The bean plant needs water and sunlight to grow. The bean plant grows bigger. The bean plant grows flowers in the spring. So flowering time for a bean plant is around April, May, if you've started it inside in February, which is a good idea. They grow really big quickly, but it needs to be a fair size to start flowering. The flowers are white with dark spots. There's the flower there. Pretty flower. Making seeds. A bee comes to feed on the flower. The bee has pollen on it. So pollen's growing inside the flower. So when the bee comes to the flower, it gets pollen on it. And then as it goes from bean plant to bean plant, the pollen spreads to the different bean plants. So they're sharing their pollen. And that's called being pollinated. And that will enable then the bean plant to start growing beans. The pollen helps make new beans grow on the plant. New bean. So first it looks like that. It's a pod, and as it gets bigger, the beans start growing inside. There you are. Bean, pod. So each pod's got lots of beans in it. The beans grow inside a pod. The pods look lumpy when the beans are green. So when the beans are grown, some beans fall to the ground. So in nature, the pod would start rotting, would rot over the winter time, and then come spring, the bean would then start growing again. But usually people plant these, they harvest them, save the beans, dry them, and then plant them in the spring, early spring. The life cycle starts again. So normally you wouldn't see the bean and the roots. They've done this just to show you how it works. The bean's got all the energy in it for the new bean plant to grow. Lots of energy. It's such a big seed. So a lot of plants grow from small seeds. And they need to be given some feed, like this tomato plant. You've got to feed it a bit of tomato feed every couple of weeks. Certain minerals might not be in the soil. But in nature, they are in good soil. The good soil would have all those minerals in it. So this is what we call a cycle. Yeah, it's a circle. And we can divide the life cycle of a bean plant up into 4 main times. Number 1 is when the bean seed grows in the ground. Number 2, the bean plant grows bigger. Number 3, the bean plant grows flowers. Number 4, the flowers turn into beans in pods. Yeah. Picture glossary. Pod. Tough outer case that protects seeds such as beans. Pollen. Yellow powder inside a flower, spread by bees, butterflies, small birds. Root. Part of a plant that grows underground. Roots take up water for the plant to use. The root also anchors the plant into the soil so that it can't get blown away by the wind. Shoot. Small green stem that grows from a seed. There's the index page. So if you just wanted to learn about seeds, you'd go to those 6 pages and read those 6 pages. Roots are discussed on 2 pages, leaves on 1. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. So we're going to be doing some thinking this week, some work around beans and bean plants. Do you want to see my cat again? Come in. Oh, he's run away. He's a scaredy cat. Okay, take care everybody. Bye bye.